What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to talk about the Diddler. And yes, I called him the Diddler. At this point, I don't even feel comfortable using the name that I grew up knowing him as, which is Diddy. I don't feel comfortable with that because of the simple fact, like, everything that we grew up to know is a lie. Literally. But the crazy part is, as soon as that man was taken into federal custody for a multitude of charges, the community was rejoicing. Let's get into it.
I'm right, I'm left, I'm left, I'm right, I'm right, I'm left, I'm left, I'm right, I'm right, I'm left, I'm right, I'm right.
So some of the charges that stuck out to me was, the ex trafficking, the schmurder, and the racketeering. Amongst other things, his party and his nefarious dealings with intimidation tactics on his victims. People are often nervous. Like, if you look at screen highlights on TikTok and you see him mention these parties to people literally look around like you're literally talking about something that's so nefarious, so illegal, something that's just like unheard of. Like, you would have thought that he was a ghost. Literally, the way that people will get stunned. I've seen him in a room full of grown men and they sit over here and scatter at the ideal of going to his party or being around him in an intimate setting. It was a clip where he was literally calling this guy daddy, and you could see how uncomfortable this man was, but he did not have the spirit to stand up to Diddy, nor did the other men in the room did. And you know how men feel about certain things being said to them by other men.
I like when you like this, daddy.
Yeah, when you put my bag
Daddy,
in,
I like when you
right
scrambling
here,
and scraping for shit.
No, I got notes
like
and
that.
Shit. I'll be practicing. I got
notes.
And then it was another clip that surfaced around where he was talking to Justin Bieber. Mind you, Justin Bieber had to be probably about 14 or 15 in this clip, and he was sitting over here just, hey man, you ain't answering my calls. I've been trying to reach you through your management. Like, doesn't that sound a little bit suspicious to y'all? Like, nobody batted their eye about that?
Alright, young brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
And then, not to mention that he was in Diddy's custody for a good minute, like 42 hours or something like that. I don't really know. But they said that Usher had custody over Justin Bieber and he gave it over to Diddler for a little while. And I thought that was kind of crazy. I think it's crazy because it stems from the fact that a lot of parents, when their kids get into the industry, they be thinking that these people are good people. And let me rip the band-aid off and let me hold your hand when I say this. Just because they make something that you enjoy listening to, something that you find a liking to, doesn't mean that they're good people. That doesn't mean that they're good people to be around your kids, good babysitters, good afterlookers of your children. Like, I get it takes a community, but a community that you should know. A community that you should know. Moving on. He's also been caught in some incriminating clips surfacing online with him not only being abusive to Cassie and this whole thing with him settling so quick back a couple of months back, and everybody was dragging Cassie through the mud saying like, oh, you're trying to put another innocent black man away. Oh, you're lying. Like, my whole issue with that is, like, y'all are so sick in the head that y'all would love to see somebody get their head ripped off before you believe that somebody got their head ripped off. Now, don't take my analogy to be something so literal, but what I'm saying is, y'all will sit here and have to see the gruesome act before y'all believe the truth. And that is my main issue. Believe people the first time. You shouldn't have to see it. That's like saying, I don't believe Martin Luther King is dead because I didn't see him get suffocated with a pillow. I didn't see him get shot. I don't believe he's dead. Isn't that crazy? Okay, then use your damn brain. When somebody tell you something, believe them. Why does it have to take a multitude of people or Even that, y'all don't even believe it when it's a multitude of victims that come forward. It literally takes for y'all to see the gruesome act take place in order for y'all to believe it, because it's your fave. And I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Don't nobody care that it's your fave. Nobody cares that your fave is a shitty person. That's on you if you want to support a shitty person. Hello. If somebody, that's like literally y'all will sit here and be like, oh, they can never make me hate you. They can never make me hate you. Nobody's trying to do that. But what I'm trying to get you to understand, you're supporting somebody that likes to touch kids. That's what the problem is. Y'all don't be using y'all brain. It's like the lights are on, but nobody's home. Moving on. For someone to do as much harm as he did, he got away with it for so long. Like literally, Ice Cube just said it. About 22 plus years he got away with it. And I'm low-key happy because I like Ice Cube. He wasn't at no Diddler party, by the way. But still, it's just a simple fact. Y'all let it go on that long. It's just as bad as when y'all didn't want to believe that R. Kelly was a child predator. Y'all didn't want to believe that, even though y'all was passing around the child pornography tape at the swap meet, at the flea market. That video is still circulated online. And y'all still let that man walk free until all of these people in a documentary came across the border, where we all get to see a multitude of people that were not lying on this man. Not to mention the evidence was all inside of our parents' face back in the 90s when he married Aaliyah when she was 15. And as bad as y'all want to disconnect him from Jay-Z, they had partnership albums together back in the day that they had wiped from the internet after his allegations came forward. Those two was around each other more than y'all want to believe. Just as well as the Diddler. R. Kelly, the Diddler, and Jay-Z were all amongst each other in that same circle. And what makes you think that just because the Diddler is getting caught and R. Kelly got caught doesn't mean that he's not gonna bring the rest of them down with y'all? Literally still support R. Kelly, knowing every gruesome detail of everything that he has done to the young women, to the women of age. And even in this situation, it's people that's still taking up for the Diddler. And I don't understand that. Like, your cognitive dissonance causes you to take up for somebody who openly is preying on children, women, men, anybody under the fucking sun. You're not right in the head. You're just as guilty as they are. Because on a morale level, what are you supporting? Not to mention, like, they mentioned that man had so many different narcotics and drugs inside of these people's system, inside of his system, the IVs. My thing is, that's disturbing alone, because why do you need an IV to recover from what is seen to be a orgy party, if you will? Like, why would you need an IV for that? There's not that much bumping and grinding in the world. Like, y'all had to have some crazy things going on mentally to partake. And then in the same sense, some people said that his family was involved. And I think that that's crazy because, you know, Diddy has daughters. You got to really think about that from a certain perspective. When you have daughters and you're being involved in such a nefarious circumstance and you're being charged by the federal government and they not letting you out at all, no matter how much money you offer them, you're done. You're done. You've done enough. You've done enough for the government to look at you and say, let me take this person into custody. He offered them $50 million and they said, nope, not enough. Not enough. And I'm glad they didn't let him out, because he wasn't going to do anything but continue on his way. Yeah, y'all may have taken his passport, but he still was going to find a way to do what he wanted to do. And the best place for him to be right now is in jail. And what I want is for y'all to sit over here and drag him the same way y'all projected and dragged Michael Jackson, the same person that was investigated for 10 plus years and y'all couldn't find any evidence that he was a child predator. Yeah, All of that was projection. All of that was projection. And I need for y'all to drag all of the people that's getting named inside of this lawsuit, all of the people that's in them tapes, all of them people that had dealings with children, all of the people that are dealing with children. I need for y'all to have the same energy with them, because there's no reason that y'all sat over here and drug an innocent black man through the mud, this time genuinely an innocent black man, while y'all let the very person who was causing all of this destruction to so many different beings in the industry, so many different children, so many different youth. I want y'all to have that same energy with Diddy. I genuinely do. And that's pretty much my conclusion on that. I feel like he's done. I feel like it's going to be a very big explosion, because it's like every day more layers of the onion is being revealed. You know, I get sad when I think about Aaliyah in a lot of cases, because it's like when you hear about the things that R. Kelly was doing with her, it's like, you know, these kids get in the industry and they're young and all they have is their talent and their childlike mind, honestly. And in a lot of ways, kids don't know how to process complex emotions like intimacy and consent and, you know, being with somebody. And for, you know, different people who have higher statures to take advantage of that, it's just really disheartening to hear. And it's like, I feel so bad, because it was like, you know, it was one thing with the whole R. Kelly, Mary, and Aaliyah situation, but it's like now you seeing pictures of her getting grinded up on by Diddler. You seeing pictures of her with Jay-Z all growth up. You seeing pictures of her with Dame Dash all growth up. These are grown men that are way older than her, and Aaliyah literally was 16. Why? Like that's what just doesn't make sense to me. Why are we going after people that are literally not legal at all in the slightest, instead of going after people that are up to our statures, up to our age? Like, get help. That is it for this video, you guys. That is pretty much all I had to say, even though that there's probably some more things that are going to come out. There may be a part 2 if I feel like it, because I really don't like touching on topics like this, because it's kind of uncomfortable for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.